There's no reason a grown man should be scared of being home alone. At least, that's what I always told myself. I'm 30 years old and live in a 2-floor mother-daughter house with my sister. She has the downstairs apartment while I live upstairs, but she's rarely home. Most nights she stays with her boyfriend, who lives about 20 miles away. That night was no different. I was alone, lounging on my couch in the dimly lit living room, watching a horror movie. My section of the house has an open floor plan. The living room, kitchen, and dining area are all connected, with my couch positioned in the center. That meant my back was exposed to the dark, empty space behind me. Maybe it was just the atmosphere of the movie, but I kept feeling an odd sense of unease, like someone was standing behind me, just out of sight. Every so often, I'd glance over my shoulder, my pulse quickening for no reason, but the room was always empty. I shook it off, just paranoia. The movie ended. I turned off the TV, brushed my teeth, and switched off all the lights. The house was plunged into darkness as I climbed into bed, pulling the covers over myself. I fell asleep almost instantly. Then, something woke me up. I blinked at the darkness, disoriented. At first, everything was silent, and I had no idea why I was awake. Then, a voice coming from downstairs. It was my sister's voice, clear, familiar. She was calling my name. I frowned, still groggy. Why hadn't she texted me if she was home? And why was she yelling? Maybe she forgot her key or was arguing with her boyfriend. I threw off my blankets and sat up, listening. Again, my sister's voice rang out. Something about the way she said my name made my skin prickle. I walked out into the pitch-black hallway, my bare feet making no sound against the floor. The air felt wrong. I flicked on the hallway light, casting long, eerie shadows along the walls. I moved toward the living room. Then, I heard her voice again. It was coming from the bottom of the stairs now. Not frantic, not urgent, just calling my name. But there was something off about it, something that made my stomach twist. I hesitated at the top of the stairs, peering down into the darkness. My fingers hovered over the light switch. "Hello?" I called out. Silence. Then, after a long pause, a whisper, so quiet I almost thought I imagined it. "Come down here." The hairs on my arms stood on end. I flicked on the downstairs light and a warm glow spilled into the hallway below. I hesitated, then slowly started down. "What is it?" I called again, my voice coming out hoarse. No answer. I reached the foyer and fumbled for the switch to my sister's apartment. The moment the light turned on, I instantly regretted it. Her apartment was empty. The kitchen, the living room, the hallway, nothing. A slow, sinking dread settled in my gut as I stepped cautiously forward, my pulse hammering in my ears. Maybe she had gone into her room. I crept toward her bedroom door, which was slightly ajar. My breath felt loud in my chest. I nudged the door open with my foot. Empty. The bed was made. The room was undisturbed. I called out one last time, my voice barely above a whisper. "Hello?" Silence. I exhaled shakily, trying to convince myself that I must have imagined it, that I had been dreaming. That exhaustion had played tricks on me. Then, a loud thump. It came from her bedroom closet, the closet directly across from where I was standing. My heart stopped. I stood frozen, my breath caught in my throat. My sister wasn't home. No one was supposed to be here. Slowly, my eyes moved toward the closet door. It was open just an inch, just enough to see that the darkness inside was deeper than the rest of the room. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. Then, a faint rustling sound, like fabric shifting, like something was inside. I turned and ran. I bolted up the stairs, skipping steps, not daring to look back. My chest was tight with panic as I slammed my bedroom door shut, locking it. I grabbed my phone with shaking hands and called my sister. No answer. I called again and again, still nothing. I forced myself to sit still, heart hammering in my chest, straining my ears to listen for any sound. But the house was silent. I don't remember when I fell asleep, but when I woke up, sunlight was streaming through my window. My phone buzzed with a new message. It was from my sister. "Why did you call me at 1 a.m.? My fingers trembled as I typed. "Were you home last night?" Her response came instantly. Number I was at my boyfriend's. "Why?" I swallowed, my throat dry. I forced myself to go downstairs in the daylight, my steps hesitant. The apartment looked exactly the same as it had last night. Nothing was out of place. I turned to her bedroom door. It was open just an inch, the same way it had been last night. I stepped inside and looked at the closet. I hesitated. Then, finally, I reached for the handle and pulled the door open. Inside, nothing but her hanging clothes and a few old boxes. No signs of anyone. No signs that anyone had been there at all. Nothing to explain the voice. Nothing to explain the sound. I tell myself I imagined it. That exhaustion and fear played tricks on me. Because the alternative is something I don't want to believe,